Everyone, a very warm welcome to this session of our ZIPINAR, a very special ZIPINAR on Let Us Talk It platform. This is a place where we try to empower, inform the community. When you are part of Let Us Talk It, you are part of a community which does things differently. We want to reach out to as many people as we can. And even if we can reach out to one and change their life, we feel that we have done something good that day. So with this, we begin our session today. We want anyone who has joined in on YouTube, Facebook, please LinkedIn, please do share this, comment, give your feedback, and we will definitely put those in action and do it better next time. We are always trying to do things better. We are trying to bring in more different speakers just for you to if we can help you in any way. We do not stop in there. We have other investments, startups, anything that you think that would add value to the community, both financially, non-financially, education-wise. Please do drop in an email at webinar@letustalkit.com. We'll get back to you and get your information. If you have kids, we have that covered as well. We do our Let Us Talk It youth webinars. We have divided the youth in two groups, younger youth group and older youth group, who does live webinars every Fridays and Saturdays, alternate Fridays and Saturdays. Why youth? Because we want the next generation, the future generation, to be empowered, have their voice, have their opinion heard. This involves public speaking. This involves communication skills. It involves making virtual friends and having a community that is wholesome. So with that, we begin our session. We have two amazing topics to be covered. And for the first topic, we have the topic that we have is leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. We see leadership in kids, we see leadership in adults, but what we want to see is leadership in every human being in their special way, wherever they are. And to know more about it, we have with us Dr. Faz, who is a multicultural and multilingual diversity expert who understands the direct challenges and opportunities business owners, executives, and leaders experience. And he he has a company, Learn to Grow Rich and Worldwide Success Academy, which provides executive coaching and training in leadership, communication, and human behavior. He's also an executive director with the John Maxwell Company, which we all are aware of. And with 40 years of experience in Fortune 100 companies, and as founder of 3 companies, Dr. Faz has acquired a healthy pulse on the many challenges that corporations and small businesses must conquer. So the best part that I liked in his profile was the mantra he lives out with is yes, you can, by empowering others to discover, embrace, and boldly live to their fullest potential. And as he's also a medical doctor, you can have both sides covered. So absolute pleasure to have you, Dr. Faz. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Jolan, and it was a great introduction. Thanks for having me here. Let me start like this. Do you recall when your parents would tell you to stay away from certain people or certain areas because they had a bad influence on you? We all had that when we were young, and still we tell our kids the same thing. Don't go there, don't hang out with these people, they are not good influence on you. So that shows that influence makes a huge difference in our life. How we get influenced by others, how we get influenced by environment, how we get influenced by circumstances, that changes a lot in our personal life. Like one very simple way of influence is a smile. If you give a smile to someone, you see they are going to smile back, and it's going to make some time your day. So that's another influence way But good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, you're watching us or you're listening us. My name is Dr. Faz, and when Julian asked me to come in this show, I made a promise with myself that I'm going to bring something which people can use right off this show so they can make a difference in their personal life. And also, I made a promise not only I'm going to offer you to just speak here, if you would like that content which I'm going to share with you, you will be more than welcome to reach out to me and I will work with you in the future. So let me tell you one thing. Everything rises and fall on leadership. Regardless, wherever you are, whoever you lead, and whatever you do in your life, regardless, everything rises and fall on your leadership. If it's a family, is it a business? If you are an entrepreneur, you are working for a corporate life, wherever you are, if you want to measure the way of that corporation or that family or that community or that country or that whatever organization you lead, you can see through their leadership who they are and what they are. So the leadership is the most important thing in our life wherever we are. But my point is, what is leadership? That's the main question. Comes up, what is leadership? So if one sentence I have to translate that leadership, I can say leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. If you don't have influence, you're not a leader. If you are a public speaker, if you don't have influence, you're not a public speaker. If you are a coach and if you don't influence people, you're not a coach. So everything rises and falls on leadership, and leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So but now here's a question. A lot of people, they get confused with the dictionary meaning of leadership, because the Webster dictionary tells you leadership about position, about title. If you don't have a position or a title, you're not a leader. But that's not true, my friends. Position needs leader. Leader doesn't need a position. Leader makes the position. So you can lead wherever you are, however you are. If you want to lead, you can lead. It's a learnable skill. I get this question all the time in different conferences and conventions where I go, and people, they ask me, Dr. Faz, are these leaders are born? And I always smile and I always laugh and say the same thing and answer the same way. Yes, of course, they are born. I never saw an unborn leader in my life. And I don't want to see either. So everybody was born, but they were not born leader. Everybody was born in the same way. When he came to this world, either a nurse or a midwife or a lady doctor hold him upside down and slapped on his back so he can cry and everybody can smile that a live kid is born now. That's the way everybody was born. We all have the same thing. Few people get a different environment, so they get good quickly, but other people, they take a little longer. But this is a learnable skill. Everyone can learn and everyone can improve in their leadership skills. And they build their influence wherever they are and they want to. So how we can build our influence? First, we have to do our influence inventory ourselves. Number one, who do you influence? That's you have to know. Are you influencing thinkers or doers? Are you influencing secured or unsecured people? Are you influencing losers or winners? They have so many kind of people around. So you have to understand who do you influence, and make sure you go from that from the further. And for influencing people, you have to have few qualities in yourself. You cannot influence without, number one, skull integrity. You can not lie, so you have to remember what you said. You have to have an integrity in your life. People can see through you. Let me tell you one thing. People don't listen, people don't observe, but they see. Because that's why, as a public speaker, as a trainer, I teach people that, your words only count 7% in your life. 37% is your tone of the voice, tonality. And 55% is your body language. Means people are visual. That's why you see nowadays the best media, even in the social media, you can see this YouTube, because people want to watch rather than listen, rather than read on Google. They go direct to the YouTube and see what they want to see. So they are watching you. They can see through you. If you are going to lie, they can find, because people don't buy in you until and unless they don't buy in your vision or mission until and unless they buy in you. They have to trust you. I get this question all the time in different conventions, different seminars, wherever I go, and I ask this question to my audiences. What's the highest compliment you can give to someone to show your love and affection? You know what? 96% people gave me the same answer. Oh, we love you. I love you. And, especially in North American culture, we see that sentence 200 times a day. People say to different people. But do you think this is the most powerful compliment you can give to someone? A lot of people say yes, and I say no. We love so many people in our life, but we don't trust them. So the trust is a lot higher and stronger compliment for someone than love. We have to trust people first. Once we trust them, obviously we love them, and we get influenced by them, and we love them and we follow them. If somebody is claiming that he is a leader and nobody is following him, he's not a leader. He's just taking a walk. Okay, he has no influence. Am I right? So you have to have your influence, and influence comes with integrity. People, they see through you. Whatever you speak, you walk for the talk, not just speaking and just giving fake it till you make it kind of stuff. It doesn't work, my friends. So influence comes from your integrity. The second most important thing is you have to nurture people. As a leader, you have to nurture people. You have to empathize. You have to listen carefully what they need, what they want. And if you go with that nurturing part, people will automatically follow you. They are going to be influenced by you, because people don't want to be managed. Keep in mind, nobody wants to be managed, but they want to be led. They need a leader, not a manager. So my point is, try to be a leader, and leader's job is to lead them, not to manage them. And leader, unfortunately, with the different cultures in around here, people think leadership is a privilege. No, my friend, leadership is a responsibility. If you don't have servanthood in your mind, you are not eligible for a leadership role, period. You have to serve people. You have to earn your respect, not to claim your respect, not. And most of the time, what happens when people go and try to influence people, there are 7 different ways they try. But let me talk about a couple which are because I have very short time today, and this is like a whole day topic, or sometimes 3-day conferences I do, and whole day seminars I do on this specific subject. Sometimes people force people to follow them. They do forcefully. They want followers with the force. It doesn't work, my friends. Then there is more like a common way, especially in corporate world and at your workplace, in your job, is called intimidating. They intimidate you, like either my way or highway. Your boss tells you 10 times a day, you have to follow me, either my way or highway, because they are forcing you in a different way, but they're intimidating you. You have to follow because your paycheck is depending on that. But do you think you respect them, or really they are influencing you? Of course not. Then the third level, let me tell you what it is. Mostly people, then what they do is they manipulate people, because there is a fine line between the motivation and manipulation, keep in mind. And a lot of time people manipulate because of their own reasons, and they want to get whatever they need out of you rather than they provide you what you need. So manipulation is another negative way, but the best way is called exchange. Means win-win situation. Me and Jersey, if we are talking, I have to keep in my mind that my friend get the same level of benefit which I'm going to get. It's going to be win-win situation. I have to respect you so you can respect me. It's going to be mutual benefit. And then last but not the least, which is a very few leadership roles they can reach to that level, which is called respect level. You have done so long for so many and so far that you don't have to do anything. People will do for you. People will take your name and as a legacy with them. And that's how you become a peak level or pinnacle of that leadership role. And that's why I teach 5 lessons or 5 levels of leadership, which is a very popular among all the corporate world, wherever they call us. And this is the main subject they want us to teach their management. 5 levels. So let me give you a brief and then I'll wrap it up, because I have very short time and it's very difficult to cover this huge subject in 30 minutes. There are 5 levels of leadership, keep in mind. Number 1 level, which is the most like a bottom level, base level, is called position level. When you get a position, like for example, I hired you as a manager. Now you have a position, you got subordinates there who can follow you, and they have to follow you because they have no choice. You are the boss. So now you are telling and teaching them to do this and do that and do that, and they either want or they don't, but they have to follow you because their paycheck is depending on you. So you think that you are a leader? No, absolutely not. It's a position leader, which is the bottom level. And everybody, there is nothing wrong in that role, because everybody starts from somewhere. So you just got started, but you have to improve. You have to go to the next level. You can't just stay. And 95% people, once they get the title, they get the position, they think that they are going to be okay. Why they have to move on? And they think that if I'm going to stay in this job for 10 years and 15 years, everybody will be liking me and obviously following me. That doesn't work, my friends. You have to improve. So the next level, because I'm doing very quick, that was a position leader. Now you go to the next level, it's called permission leader. How it works? Now you got a job, you got a position. Now you said, okay, let me work with my team. And I start talking to my team players. And I said, tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, how's your family, where do you live, how long you've been here, and do you have any issues here while you work? And do you need any help out of me because I'm your boss? So now you're going to feel more comfortable to me because he's very friendly as a boss and he asks about my personal things. So people feel more comfortable. Then what happens? The people, when they work from 9 to 5, they want to get out at 4:59 every day. Now, if they finish their work at 4 o'clock, they are going to walk in your office and they're going to say, boss, I still have 1 hour to go. Do you want me to do something extra? Means they are giving you the permission to tell them what they want to, what you want to get it done. Rather than before that, they didn't want to even see your face because they didn't like you, but you were just boss. Now you created a next level of respect there. And the third level then is called production level, which is a result oriented. What happens? Now you say, okay, I'm your boss and I'm very friendly to you and I like you, you like me. Let me tell you how to do the work. I'm going to show you personally how to get the job done. And now you're watching me and you're going to say, wow, he's my boss. He's so friendly and so calm and so humble. And also he knows the job. I want to be like him. Now you become his model because everybody wants to move up and they want to see at someone which you will be the model for them because you know the job. And now company is happy too that production is coming out because you are producing. So what happens? You see 360 degrees in that company, whether you're subordinates or your bosses or you're on your side wings. Everybody is going to look at you that here is a guy, since he got here, he came in this company is moving in a different direction. We are getting results. That's the third level. Now the fourth level is called people development. Now how it works? Now I can say to my whatever the team player, listen, I'm your boss, I'm your friend, I showed you how to do the job. Let's do it and I will watch you. You do it and I'll watch you. And there are a few steps in that specific level of leadership. What we do is first, I do. The second, I do and you are with me. Third level, I'm going to say, you do and I'm with you. You do and I'm with you. The fourth level is you do. And the fifth and last level is going to be you do and someone will be with you. Means you are going to. Now at this point, company is going to look at you, the boss is going to look at you, and your subordinate is going to admire of you because you are not adding the value in the company now. You are multiplying. You are doing an explosion in the results because you are creating 5 of you, 6 of you, 10 of you, just like you, who can produce all the results. Automatically, you become the hero there. You get more influential among all. Last but not the least, like I said, it's called pinnacle. It's like a personhood. You have done so much, so long, and for so many that you don't have to do anything. People will do it for you. Like you see Mother Teresa, you see Martin Luther King, you see Gandhi, or you see any those personhood leadership. They are not even in this world, and people are just carrying their legacy. Why? Because they have done so long for so many and so much. So same thing you can create, and that is only hardly 1 to 2% people reach that level. In this entire journey, the first level and the fifth level, which I just told you, none of them is under your control because first level, somebody appointed you. You didn't have any control. They gave you a job, right? Same thing, fifth level, you can't ask for the respect. People are going to give you the respect if you are going to do everything right, like the other people did. So my point is, you have to work entire your life to build your influence on the second, third, and fourth level. Means permission level, production level, and people development. And there are so many consequences there because when you come to the people development level, people get scared, especially insecure leaders. They get scared. If I'm going to develop somebody else doing the same thing which I can, maybe he's going to replace me. So they are insecure people. But no, if you know your job, you are competent and you are confident, you don't have to worry about. Be honest and teach them and let them do and let them multiply. Obviously, if they will go up, you will go obviously higher than them. So that's how you improve your influence. So leadership comes from influence and how you build that influence, like I was telling you. And there are so many other stuff in terms of influence. We do almost whole day seminars on this, and I teach them 10 different ways to build your influences. Like I just showed you what 2 ways, like integrity, and then other was nurturing, but you can also do by listening, by understanding, by respect, and all those 10 different factors we teach and we try to demonstrate them. So my friends, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And if you don't influence people, you are not a leader. You cannot lead the pack because they want to see you, what you do, what you say, what you speak, what you talk, what you walk. So influence is not about position, like I mentioned you. Position doesn't make a leader, leader makes a position. Wherever you are, so many places I can show you. I can give you an example, even in the 100 Fortune companies where I work with. Believe me or not, the top 3 people are not as competent than somebody in the middle who's leading the pack. And you can see right there, because they are the true leader, because they have more influence. Like I can give you a best example for that. If you remember Lady Diane, everybody probably remember that. When she went through the divorce and she was divorced by Prince Charles, who had the crown? Who had the palace? Who had all the privileges in their life? Prince or the Diane? Obviously, Prince Charles had all that. But who was the most influential person in United Kingdom? Still, she was Lady Diane. So influence, being an influencer, being a leader, you don't need a position. She made that position. So influence is not about position, it's all about, and in a normal day, in our normal average person in their lifetime, they make like 10,000 influences in their lifetime. I'm talking in average. You guys are not average. You are highly educated. You are highly competent people. You are leaders. So think about yourself, how many people you influence in your life. Way, way higher than those average and people. So my point is, are you doing the same thing which you do every day, or you're improving every day? Because being an influencer, you have to grow yourself to go up. You have to grow up to go up. You can't be on the same place where you were in 3 years. But if you didn't learn one thing since yesterday, you actually wasted one day of your life. It could be a single word. It could be a nice gesture you learn from there. So make sure you improve on a daily basis. It's not a one day or someday. There is no one day or someday in your calendar, period. Show me, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I never saw a one day or someday. So my point is, don't go to the someday island. Just be realistic, improve day by day, every day. Then you have to make sure, why do you influence? You have to know the reason of influencing people, because leadership is, you can't just be a leader without having your any vision or mission or anything. You have to know why you're doing it. What makes you to do it? What is your passion? What is your purpose? Because when you know your why, then how and what will fall in its place. My friends, before I wrap it up, have you ever seen a horse race? Of course, either on television or in person. Have you ever noticed at the finish line how apart the number one and number two horses are most of the time? They say by a nose, by a nose. But number one horse gets 10 times more prize than number two. Did you notice that? Do you think number one was 10 times better than number two? Are you agree that number one was 10 times better than number two? Of course not. It was just by a nose. So same thing happens in our life. You don't have to be 10 times smarter, 10 times charismatic, 10 times hard intelligent, 10 times educated than anybody else. Just, my friend, to be successful, to get rewarded, find your nose. That's all you need to be successful. You have to find your nose, whatever you do in your life. Just find that nose. That makes you successful. That makes you rewarded. So my friend, with that, because we are right on time, I would like to wrap it up. If you would like to know more about this subject, or you would like to learn a little more than whatever I could tell you in only 30 minutes, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, or all the social medias, and you can see the name of my company right behind me, Learn to Grow Rich. You can go on my website. My team will reach out to you, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and you can just join our team, and we will love to walk you through these stages of your leadership and influences. So my friends, keep in mind, everything rises and falls on leadership, and leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's get the job done. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate your time and your attention. Please make sure you just adopt those steps in your life and be successful. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vaz. That was really fascinating. As Srini mentioned, great points. Said thank you. And from Chujit, great session. Thank you. And we have here Sri Maduri raised a hand. Would you like to ask or share some insight to Dr. Faz?
Yeah, hi John. Thank you for letting me speak. I was listening to Mr. Mahmood. It was truly enlightening. Like the way he summed up, I mean, especially referring to the late Princess Diana, the kind of influence she bore on the entire world, not just United Kingdom. I guess we remember more of Princess Diana than Prince Charles. Similarly, I think we have had a great leader in the form of Dr. Abdul Kalam. I guess he's more powerful than any other statesman of India. I think he was loved more from all quarters across the country, and he's loved even after he left us. It's that difference which Mr. Mahmood has been mentioning about. It's through your work you become a leader or create an influence on a generation. So I guess this is actually the need of the hour. Many of us have been missing these points in our day-to-day lives. We cannot enforce anything upon anybody. We can only influence, and then that is what actually makes us true leaders. That's all I wanted to say. It was truly wonderful. Thank you, Julan, for bringing Mahmood here. I've come here after a long time. It was really helpful. I mean, I wanted to see what they had to share with all of us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sri. And Hope, you have unmuted. Would you like to ask a question or share insight?
No, I really appreciated everything he said about leadership. I think he very and is very insightful.
Perfect. All right. So we are very pleased to have Dr. Faz Mahmood here. Any other one who would like to ask a question or share their insight? Okay, I guess none as of the moment. So we can proceed with the next topic for today. As Faz mentioned, you can reach to him through LinkedIn, through Messenger or offline. He'll be very responsive to you. So the next topic for today will be how to change your life, accomplish great things, and find your real worth. So this will be given to us by Mr. Jersey Guillaume. So To Fit to Quit is the story of a man who went from broke addict to successful entrepreneur and fitness coach in a few short years. So this inspiring story will motivate you to overcome all odds in your journey to finding and embodying your true worth. So here to speak for that is Mr. Jersey. You can take over now.
Hey everybody, good morning, no matter or afternoon or evening, no matter where you are watching us across the world. Thank you, Dr. Faz. That is going to be hard to follow up with on what he just talked about, but I am going to share a lot of the same stuff that he did because I all have the same type of mindset. So yes, my name is Jersey. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a published author as well too that wrote the book Too Fit to Quit: How to Change Your Life, Accomplish Great Things, and Find Your Real Worth today. So my talking today is going to be about motivation. Some of us lack it, some of us just have it, and like Dr. Faz said, some people are just born with it. I truly believe I am one of those. And God truly blessed me to be where I am at today. So yes, I am a 16-year recovering heroin addict that went through a lot of things in my life. And I made those choices from the time I got out of high school all the way up until I was the age of 25. Lived on the streets, was homeless, eating out of trash cans. and doing what I had to do to get that fix every single day. But that was my choice. I didn't come from a broken family, nothing like that. But I did have a background of ADHD and diagnosed as an early child. And for me, when I found that drug, it made me feel normal, but it also felt like I didn't have to deal with the world. So at the age of 25, I decided to get my life together, and I went to church one day, and that little birdie got inside my little stomach there, put my arms up, and it kind of implemented the seed for me. So we all find our worth one way or another. Well, mine was finding church and God and the right people. And at that time, I went from rehabs to rehabs and still didn't quite get it until I finally hit my rock bottom. I truly believe everybody has a rock bottom. I believe every leader has a rock bottom as well too, until they find their true purpose in life. And mine was fitness. And I'm going to touch a lot about fitness and influencing people on a day-to-day basis. I influence a lot of people daily. I see hundreds of people on a daily basis that I'm trying to help transform their life as well too. So I try to use my past experience to make them better. Like Dr. Foz was saying, we influence. A true leader is going to make people, a true leader will make people better around them. That is our goal. We want to mold them to be better people or to find their real worth as well too. So one of my biggest goals was to write this first book. And for me, I'm a very goal-oriented person. I truly believe leaders every day write their goals down. I do. I may not write them down all the time, but let me tell you something. I have a daily checklist every single day. And to me, that's important. Why? Because it's consistency. For me to be successful, I need to be consistent. So diving more back into how I became a leader and my influence, and how fitness saved my life. And so I apologize if I'm bouncing around a little bit. I tried to prepare as much as I could for this webinar today, but my goal today and what I got asked to do was try and motivate each and every person that's watching here today. So 16 years ago, I put everything down, and I was actually working at 2 Palm Beach Tans, and this gentleman walks in and goes, I think you'll be destined for the fitness business. And I kind of went into fitness, and I kind of found my true calling. So I replaced one addiction for the other. I replaced the bad addiction, and I replaced it with fitness. It made me feel whole. It made me feel it empowered me. So I was like, you know what? I want to keep going with this. So I worked my way up the fitness ladder. I did every position you can think of in the fitness business, from sales to sales manager to GM to regional manager, vice president, trainer. I mean, you name it, I did it. But for me, it wasn't enough. I wanted to be this top leader every day and influence people. So I told myself, I am going to own fitness studios one day so I can help people. I wanted to be a drug counselor, but I didn't like school. So I say, you know what? Let's get involved more into fitness. So I wanted to be the top of the top. The top level in fitness is owning your own fitness studio. So in 2015, I started checking off all of my boxes. My old business partner gave me the opportunity to open my first fitness studio that I built from scratch. That became one of the biggest and hottest boot camp programs in the area that I live in today. I'm down here in the beautiful sunny Florida. I have great people that I interact with every day, and I have a huge following. So long story short, fitness completely saved my life. And I am truly in debt to fitness. And that's why I am motivated every day to help as many people as possible. So when I wrote my book, Too Fit to Quit, I figure if I can share some of my experience, strength, and hope, hopefully I can motivate just one person that has gone through depression, addiction, whatever it may be they're struggling with. We all struggle with something. We all have a vice. Sometimes we just got to sit down, look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what is my real worth? What is my real value today? And that's what we try to accomplish every day. So my influence as a leader is I train. I consider myself one of the top trainers there is. I've been training for a long time, but I am a true motivator. I know how to push people. I will push people to their limits, but like Dr. Foz said, don't over leader them, but know what their true worth is. So that's why I feel it's important that we all need to be motivated. Whether it's saying, hey, today I'm going to do this, or today I'm going to do that. And that's why I feel it's very important that we all find our real worth. We all have goals. We all want to achieve those goals. We've all been through good. We've all been through bad. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out what's important to you. But you also have to find balance. I'm in the process of opening 3 more fitness studios right now. I'm working on some big things to keep empowering more and more people. But it's also about finding balance. I truly believe leaders, good leaders, and people that do follow you, they are watching you. Dr. Foz said that perfectly. You are in the limelight all the time. You know, I got 17,000 followers on Instagram. I've maxed out my following on Facebook, and people are watching you, including your haters. And at the end of the day, you just keep doing what you do. Don't let the influence of what everybody else is doing. You do you, and you keep empowering yourself. And that's what it's all about. But I love getting up every day and seeing the smile. Just like he said, smile is influence. Complimenting somebody, that's influence. A simple compliment goes a huge way. Why? Because you have no idea what kind of a day that person is having. You may say, hey, nice shirt today, or hey, I great smile, whatever it may be. You just turned that person's day around. Even opening the door and letting them go in first. It's like, wow, that person was raised right. Leadership comes in many forms. Okay. And I truly believe that. So I also believe leadership, being positive all the time, is a great way of handling a situation. Leaders don't show their emotion. They do it behind closed doors. That's what I believe. Everybody has their own opinion. But again, us as influencers, we're in the limelight all the time. So we try to do as many positive things as possible because that's what people want to see. They follow people they want to be around, right? Am I right or am I wrong? So I don't have a huge spiel to talk about, but I am a highly motivated person. I've been knocked down many times. I've gone through bankruptcy. I've gone to jail. I've gone to rehabs. I've conquered addiction. But nothing knocks me down. Why? Because I have this fire, this fuel inside of me that just keeps me going. And I want that for everybody. Not everybody has that passion. It's like me and my wife. We are complete total opposites. I'm an extrovert. She's an introvert. But at the end of the day, we motivate each other in very different ways. You know, it was funny. I woke up yesterday and I go to her and I says, I'm tired today. I'm exhausted. And she's like, well, yeah, you go 100 miles an hour all the time. On weekends, we're doing stuff. We're always traveling or whatnot. But long story short, I can't let people see that I'm tired. Why? Because people daily coming to my business to get a good workout, they're relying on me to be passionate, empowering, and motivating. I don't have time to be tired. When I'm retired and I'm older and it's time to retire, then maybe I'll slow down. But I still have a vision to keep empowering and motivating as many people as possible. This was not possible without the power of God in my life every day. I am grateful to God. Why? I tried killing myself many times, 4 to be exact. Did not want to be here anymore. But for some reason, God had a plan for me to motivate people one way or another. It could be through this webinar today. I may touched on something today that it's like, wow, the light bulb just went off. Or you go to Amazon and you buy my book. It's not a big book, but let me tell you something. It outlines the way I feel, how I got successful through goals and motivating yourself. It doesn't take much. So that's really all I got. Not a big speech, but what Dr. Foz said before, I loved what I just heard from him, because leaders need to hear other leaders, and that's what it's about. Everybody has some type of experience in leadership, and we're all learning from each other, and that's what it's all about. We want to empower the people behind us as followers. So that's really it. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a great day. You can follow me on Instagram, my first name, last name. You can follow me on Facebook. I have a TikTok as well too. Not a big Snapchatter. But again, if you're looking for influence and being motivated, I'm your guy. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. See ya.
That truly is very motivating and wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, your very important experience. That's your own life story you're sharing, and that could touch anybody from the group who are also watching us from live. So that could mean everything. All right. So anyone would like to interact with Jersey, like ask questions or share insights? Niranjan said, great
Yes.
story. Thank you, Jersey. Srini said, highly motivating real life story, Jersey. From Hope McKinnon, I love your positive attitude. Thank you. All
I got
right.
a,
So anyone would you like to ask or
I got a
unmute
question.
yourself? Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. First of all, I know you talked about
Thank you.
it was in the flyer. Can you talk quickly about that what are the techniques or the things that you do to help gym owners in terms of marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a marketing specialist. I'm social media certified in many ways. So what I usually do, well, lately, Facebook has not been my main focus, only because of the new iOS 14 update that just happened. It's really killed small business owners, Facebook and Apple, only because of the Apple update. It's forced us to use marketing companies is what they want you to do. So I've really focused on internal, using my people, using them as the referral. Why? Because of the best word of mouth, giving them a guest pass, having them invite their friends. And if they invite their friends and their friends sign up, well, guess what? You get a free month. I mean, that's $100. That's $100 savings right there. I charge $100 a month for my program for group training. And I encourage that right now. Yes, my other biggest one is I use Google Ads. I think everybody uses their cell phone and they're Googling something, or using Google Maps. So that's a huge platform. I encourage people to post on Google Business every day, just like you would post on Facebook or Instagram. But more people are searching on social media with Google than they were with Facebook probably in the last 2 years. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Jesse.
Awesome.
All right, that's perfect. Any other ones who'd like to share also their insight or ask question? Good story. Hope McKinnon, raise the hand.
Yes, I want to say, first of all, I am in Jersey's. I have the privilege of being in Jersey's boot camps, and everything he's saying is true. He is very motivating. And when he said that he was tired yesterday, I would have never have known it. So my question to you, Jersey, because I know how much energy you have and how much you go, how many hours of sleep do you get each night?
I get 7 hours of sleep. I make sure I'm in bed every night at 9:30 on the dot, and waking up at 4:30 every morning. I need 7. The days of being 25 and 30 and doing 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep doesn't do it anymore. 7 hours is what I need to give 110% every day.
So how do you keep yourself from showing us that you're tired? Because I never would have known you were tired yesterday.
Just train my brain to say, hey, I can't show that I'm tired, because if I show that, to me, it's a sign of weakness. And I don't like showing that I'm weak. So I always try to cover it up pretty good.
Well, you do a good job because you pushed us pretty hard.
Thank
I think that if you're tired, I think you push us more.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Hope. And we have also Sri Madhuri, raise the hand.
Hi, Jersey. It was really wonderful listening to you. I guess you are a complete package. I have just one question. How old are you today? You seem to have defied age and a lot of other odds. How do you keep yourself going this way?
Well, I'm 40 years old. How do I keep myself going? Well, we eat right. Getting the sleep is very, very important. I also believe that my family genes as well too. My grandparents, my actual one of my living grandmother, she's 98 years old, still very active, and I don't know, I've just been blessed. I really am, and I take care of myself. I use face creams and whatnot, and I drink lots of water. I get my workouts in every day as well too. But I truly believe it's all here. And if I really could, I really want to share something real quick with you guys. And I think this is going to touch home. Why? Because I think it covers a lot of things. Because I'm actually working on my second book right now. And the first one was kind of a stepping stone. But to answer your question a little bit more, just give me 1 minute. I want to read this because I think it'll touch more than just fitness as well. So I started this field program on May 15th. I built it in 3.5 weeks. I parted ways with a former partner, and I didn't know if I wanted to do it anymore. But I knew there was a calling and a following, and I knew if I opened a new studio, the people would follow, the influence. And sure enough, they did, and Hope being one of them. So I shared this with my classes yesterday, and I think it touched on a lot of good things. So let this sink in real quick. During testing, I once got feedback that it should be easier. It should be more accessible, more doable by everyone. My reply was, no, it shouldn't. It's not for a person who's lazy. It's not for a person who makes excuses. Not for a person who doesn't want to give it their all. Why? Because life isn't easy. When I am creating workout programs, it's about so much more than fitness. The foundation of each of my workouts has to have messaging that will guarantee not only physical results, but mental transformation. You're supposed to feel weak. You're supposed to feel breathless. You're supposed to take breaks. Your life requires you to do all these things too. The sooner you accept the reality that you can do hard things in your workouts, the sooner you will do it in your life as well. Not only will you likely drop a few pounds and maybe add some muscle, but it's instrumental in building confidence and mental strength as well. That's why this workout program to this day is so incredibly popular. Worry a little bit less about how many power jumps you can do, how many breaks you can take when you modify and instead show up every single day and do the best that you can. And that's it. So there you go, a little extra insight.
That's really wonderful to know, Jesse. I mean, like, and you have been humble enough in sharing about your troubled childhood as well. It takes a lot of effort and guts to share such things with the world. I'm really happy and privileged to know more about you. I think I got motivated to do a few more things in my life. All the very best to you for your next book. We'll be happy to read that very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. As Sri Madhuri mentioned, we are very privileged to have our two speakers today to have shared wonderful and very meaningful informations from their experiences, from their expertise as well. Thank you for responding to our invite to have you as our guest speaker for today. All right. So any other would like to raise their hands up or share their insight, ask a question? Okay, so while we are waiting, let me just inform you that we also have our live youth Let Us Talk It webinar every other Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can join our preparation sessions. That would be every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time by registering at our website. So that would be letustalkit.com/youth. And this week for older youth, the topic is interplanetary colonization, and that will be on Saturday, October 2nd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. So I guess there are no other would like to interact with our speakers. So feel free to get in touch with them. You have their full name there. You can search them through LinkedIn and send them a message. They're highly responsive. And again, we thank you so much, Jersey and Dr. Faz, for being with us today, and for our audience, and for those who are watching us live as well. So this concludes our session for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending, and see you all again next session on Wednesday as well, next week. Thank you so much, and take care, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.